All right. What's going on, guys? My name is Jordan Jarman, and I'm very excited to share my presentation with you today. I'm at Utah Valley University. I'm in the Psychology 1100 class with the amazing Professor Lucy Charicia, and today is October 11th of 2025. The theories that I have chosen to do more research on and do this presentation on is Abraham Maslow, who created the theory of hierarchy of human needs. So a little background on him. He was born to his parents, Samuel and Rose Maslow, on April 1st, 1901 in Brooklyn, New York. He is a famous American psychologist. He married his spouse, Bertha Goodman, in 1928. He attended Cornell University, the University of Wisconsin-Madison, and the City College of New York. As mentioned before, he created the hierarchy of needs theory, and he also died June 8th, 1970 at 62 years of age. So Maslow's theory is old but still very influential. However, Maslow's pyramid is a powerful icon that even today rings in many policy considerations. The icon is easily recognized by scholars, development practitioners, politicians, and even ordinary people. As Abuloff states, Maslow's pyramid has resonated powerfully in scholarship across disciplines. More interestingly, it remains some 75 years after its articulation, well known beyond the ivory tower. So Maslow created all of this right here, more organized these terms, and I'm going to dive deeper into it, but I like to show all of you just this pyramid. So get a good look at that. And next we're gonna delve even deeper. So starting with the first one, actually, I take that back. I actually want to dive a little deeper into what human needs are. So needs are interrelated. Some are overlapping, like freedom and political participation, while others are conflicting, as the needs for leisure and for guaranteeing financial independence. Time is a scarce resource, and agents have to equate how they allocate it to leisure and labor. Another relevant point is that needs arise at multiple levels, from the individual one to the societal, national, or global. So human needs are a very important thing. I mean, we all have human needs. Like this mentions, it goes from individual needs to global needs, and it kind of takes all of us to work together as human beings to attain a lot of these needs. So the first one in the pyramid is physiological needs. So, this is more basic stuff, but is survival. So breathing, eating food, you got to drink that fresh spring water. Have to have good sleep, homeostasis, excretion, which would be like going to the bathroom and sweating, things of that nature. So all of these are basic physiological needs that we must have to survive. So to further dive deeper, one thing that stuck out to me in our textbook in class, this is something I wanted to touch on. And so it says the earliest way for a newborn baby to reach homeostasis and ultimately survive outside of the womb is by what he or she eats, and breastfeeding is the best way to attain the most positive results at the start of our existence outside of utero. So once we're outside of the womb, this is very, very important, and that's why I wanted to touch on it, because it's a basic human need, but breastfeeding as well, besides giving a newborn baby the right nutrients to survive, it also helps with proper attachment to the mother from the child, and that in turn can help with attachment styles the rest of the human's life. So breastfed babies are less likely to contract infectious illness such as diarrhea, respiratory infections, otitis media, which is an infection of the middle ear, and staphylococcal, bacterial, and urinary tract infections. They have a lower risk of SIDS, which is sudden infant death syndrome, and postneonatal death. They are less likely to develop obesity, diabetes, or childhood cancer. They perform better on IQ and cognitive tests and have fewer cavities. As newborns age into infants and toddlers, their nutritional needs change. So too does their mother's milk. As children grow bigger, their bodies require more energy, and the fat and protein in breast milk rise in concert with their needs. So I really love this idea because when you have your basic human needs met, especially at such a young age, it allows the other hierarchy of human needs within the pyramid to be reached even easier. So the next one is safety and security. I have a elephant in here because mother elephants are known to be very protective of their young and help to create a safe environment. And so I just love that depiction. So safety and security, so security of the body, employment, resources, morality, family, health, property. All these things right here help us to feel safe and secure in our own lives, especially when you're making money, you feel better about yourself. Really the list could go on. The next is love and belonging. It all starts with, family and friendship, sexual intimacy, sense of connection. These are very, very important within our lives. We must have these things to truly thrive. I'm currently in a relationship, and we have friendship as well as sense of connection. Hopefully she'll become family. We can get married one day, and we'll have that sexual intimacy, and so we'll be able to connect in all these different facets. This is what human beings thrive on, especially is these four options right here. The next one going up the pyramid line is self-esteem. And so you have confidence and achievement, respect of others, and respect by others. There's actually a slight difference within that. But self-esteem is as a whole is a very important thing. You have to have good self-esteem as you're going through life. You want to respect yourself, and you want to respect others. You want to be respected by others, but ultimately, you want to live a very authentic life, and a lot of that comes from confidence right there. You got to be confident in who you are, and you have to get to know yourself better. So this is the pinnacle. This is the top of the pyramid, is self-actualization. I've written in here the apex of the hierarchy. Here you have morality, creativity, spontaneity, problem solving, lack of prejudice, acceptance of facts. And a lot say that this is the most important part in the pyramid because, once your basic human needs are met in the very beginning that I went over, it kind of goes up the line. And within our own minds is where morality, creativity, problem solving, acceptance of facts, these are all so very important within our lives. And these are things that, you have to be able to recognize things that are good, things that are bad. Being prejudiced is terrible. I would say not being creative can lead to a very boring life. The list could really go on. So I'd like to go over my thoughts. Right there I have the reference page, but I'm going to go back to my thoughts on all of this. I truly do believe that there are basic human needs that need to be met. It all starts with feeling, let me actually go back through it, but it starts by having these physiological needs being met, being safe and secure, having love and belonging. This all leads to good self-esteem. Good self-esteem leads to self-actualization. Unfortunately, I'm running out of time here. I could go on for days about all this, but I truly do believe that what Abraham Maslow has taught is very important in our human existence. It's amazing to be able to identify these things that we need to know to be good human beings, because when you can recognize what you need to do, you are then able to live a very authentic life. And you're able to help people around you. When you identify who you are, what your needs are, then you can try and attain what those needs are. And then you can help more on a local level and a global level of everyone's human needs. I am going to go back to this references page. There's that right there. And I would just like to say thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to my words. Abraham Maslow is a very important figure, and I'm very grateful for his words and the things that he's been able to identify, and hope that we can build off of his words, and that we can identify things even deeper and further as to what human beings thrive off of and what we all need. But again, my name is Jordan Jarman, and I'm going to end this presentation. Thank you.